get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the door closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
That was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh!
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from horse? Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, see one. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by a teammate, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
Hello, Call of Duty fans! Welcome to another K7 matchup. I am your desk host today, JP Santos, aka Heroism, followed by the lovely Aaron Trimble and Cameron Evig. I think I said that wrong, but welcome to the stream, gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? Oh, your mics are muted.
I feel absolutely phenomenal, Heroes. I'm just ready to get into these K7 matches. Week 1, day 1 yesterday looked phenomenal, and I'm just excited to see how day 2 goes. I expect more of the same.
Absolutely. Brett, how are we, man?
Oh man, it's good to be back, casting some regular season matches again, even though it's in a different game. Looking forward to it. So yeah, should be pretty good, and hoping that the matchups are going to be pretty decent tonight.
Absolutely, man. Like Amuse said, there was some pretty nasty matchups. The Heartbreakers 3-0 upset on the Knights Templar. That was an amazing match. The Search and Destroy was great. We watched Rated Gold completely terrorize the Hustle Squad. They will be back in Regain next week. But now we have Rated White, the other rated team. They look very nasty, very sharp, but they're up against Monolithic Gaming tonight. It's going to be a tough matchup with Regex & Co. and Dazzy & Co. But we're going to introduce you your tonight's matchup roster presented by DropShotStats. We will start with our Team 1 on screen.
Yeah, so right here we do see Dazzy and Slither FPS isn't actually playing tonight. He is going to be, Vortec is going to be sitting in for him as the sub. Kaiser is going to be in there, as well as Freshie. I believe I've actually cast these guys before, and they did put on quite a decent show, so definitely looking forward to what they're going to be coming out here with tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Amuse.
You know, this team is one. We don't get to see their full potential right off the bat, right? We only get to see 3 of their four starting players. We don't know, obviously, what's happening within the team. Maybe where Trex is going to be standing in the whole season. We don't know. But definitely going to be interesting to see what they can pull off with a sub against another talented team across the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they had a weather issue with one of their teammates, Koi, which is usually their sub-in, very great guy, talked about us in the podcast. Big love to you, man. Hope everything goes well with you there in Texas. All the weather that's going on, the inclement weather, we thought this match wasn't going to be possible, but we have Vortec coming in as the sub, not synth, just to clarify for the viewers, but as Amuse said, very true. It's going to be an opposition, but let's look at the opposition side of Monolithic Gaming.
For Monolithic, right, you got to look at this. This team looks pretty good. The only issue is somewhere in between this match, one of these players is going to have to exit and we're going to have a substitute come in. We don't know exactly who's going to be coming in and who's going to be leaving. All we know is that one of these players is not going to be able to play the entire series, so it's going to be interesting to see how that new player adapts mid-series, comes in and see if he plays well or if he's a little bit rusty.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see. I haven't seen this roster myself, and I don't think Brett has seen them either play, but this is a total new lineup for Monolithic Gaming. It's going to be definitely interesting to see these teams collide. The lobby is full. Everybody is here. We're just waiting to get the game started here very soon. Let me just check on the prod here to make sure everything is looking fine. Everything's looking. Oh, go ahead.
We're going to be waiting in to jump on into the matches. Let's talk about the maps here that we got going on. So first one is going to be Raid Hardpoint, and then we are going to be going into a Garrison S&D followed with a Control. So at the very least, we'll be seeing those 3 maps. Hopefully, it's not going to be just 3 maps. We'll be seeing a map number 5 with another Moscow Hardpoint following that up, as well as an S&D on Moscow to end out the evening if we do go to a game 5. So yeah, hopefully that is going to be the case. I would love to see another game 5. Last time I cast here on K7, we did get a pretty awesome game 5. It was probably one of the hype matches that I had the opportunity to be a part of. So pretty awesome stuff there. And hopefully we see more of the same, some upsets, some back and forth, some twists and turns. But yeah, so Raid Hardpoint, that's going to be a classic, pretty much a crowd favorite, I would imagine. Muse, what do you think of this?
I mean, for me, right, you look at this maps and modes, the first thing that pops in my head is AR presence. Hardpoint, Raid, Control, Raid, Hardpoint, Moscow, S&D, Moscow. All of those maps are AR heavy maps. The teams with the better XM4s, the teams with some teams are still running one Galil, some teams have totally gone away from it, are running all XM4s, but the teams with the better XM4s are gonna win this series. Obviously, those AK-74Us are gonna be vital in those close range hills on Raid and those close range hills on Moscow, looking at P2, Moscow, stuff like that. But overall, the XM4 players in this game are gonna be the ones to watch. Whoever is shooting their AR better are gonna be the team that's gonna win this series, pretty much undoubtedly, just because of how long range these maps are. Now, if we were talking about a Crossroads, if we were talking about a map like Garrison. We do have a Garrison, but Search and Destroy is a little bit different how it runs. Then we'd be talking about the submachine gun presence, the AK-74Us, to see how good they're going to be doing. But for me, all of these maps scream XM4. And I don't know if you watched the Pro League this weekend, Brett, but we saw FaZe bring out 4 XM4s at one point. So we know how potent that weapon can be, and it's going to be exciting to see who has the better AR presence on all these maps.
Yeah, it's definitely the all-around gun that we love seeing so much. But I will have to mention that that AK-74U, we've seen some beaming shots coming in with that one. That is pretty insane. The range on that one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see some decent sub presence, at least at the very least in some of these maps, especially on that Garrison. I know there's a couple of places there. Yes, your ARs, like you said, are going to be dominant, but those subs, there's a couple of places that they can get in the mix. It's going to be very, very difficult to have to weed them out. But speaking of weeding them out, over here onto Raid, what do you think we're going to be seeing in terms of just breakouts here on the very first hardpoint? I mean, I know it's going to be pretty tough getting control of it, but we expect to be seeing, like you said, just kind of standing off of it, kind of vying for position for P2.
That's what it is, right? You want to make sure you get that P2 spawned. If you spawn towards that kitchen side, which is that P2, your main goal is to not lose these spawns. Where Rejects is, this team for Monolithic Gaming, do not lose these P2 spawns. If Raider White's able to flip, it can be absolute disaster for Monolithic. Some teams opt to push right through kitchen and see if Raider White does that, or if they decide to play through the hill, but finally getting this one going, it looks like it's going to be an all-out brawl. Nobody going mid for Rated White.
Yes, and we are on board there for Rejects for just a bit. It looks like we are going to be seeing Rated White with a nice kill feed there, being able to pick up 3. That's going to give them the first initial time onto the point. Actually, they've been able to push him back quite a bit as Rejects is going to try and come up over here in Laundry, pushing on out, see if he can't clear this off. But instead of getting onto the time for a while, they actually maybe vying for some position. Not really sure as to why they back so far off, but yeah, this is going to be pretty scrappy. I don't really expect too many points off of either of these teams like we were talking. But like you said before, they're going to be wanting to capture those laundry spawns. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the laundry spawns, the back kitchen spawns. This is what you want, and you're doing a good job if you're Monolithic. I said don't lose the spawns, and they didn't. Kovagi 6-1 right now, absolutely frying for his squad, and the rotations over to Monolithic Gaming. This is exactly what you want to see out of them. The push coming in from the middle for Rated White and trying to get some players off of this raid hill as well. And it looks like they're going to have initial control, but the back spawns are still in favor of Monolithic. And as I say that, a spawn comes out, and here comes Rated White. If they're able to get one wave of kills, they'll have the spawns, and it looks like they do so. Number 4, Wartech going to have to win this last gunfight, and he does. So now the spawns coming. Pillars for Monolithic. Rated White with a phenomenal break.
Absolutely. They were able to get in, get a healthy chunk of time here. We'll see if the contestant is going to be going their way. Rejects, though, he is trying to poke on in, not going to be too successful. He did pick up 2, a little bit of damage there as he's sliding around kitchen. Can he actually pick up the kill? He does. That's going to be 3, but he finally does get taken out. No control going over there towards Monolithic just yet, though. Still very even game, still back and forth. Freshie now is going to be taking a little bit of a chunk out of the middle of the map here. See if he can get a little bit more control as we do see the rotation about to pop up.
The money hill, Brett. This is one of the biggest money hills on this map is back garage. If you're able to get a setup, it's super hard to break, and it looks like Rated White's going to opt for that pool side to try to get it done. Dossie and Co. pushing through this pool side, able to get taken down by 1, but there's the trade from Kaiser, and this is where you go if you're Rated White. Here goes Kaiser, able to get another one, but the Lambo spawns coming in from Killa, and they hold off that first wave. A great job from Monolithic. Now you're only looking at maybe one more push if you're Rated White, just because after this push is over, it'll be down to 30, 25 seconds maybe, and that basketball rotation is just so important. Do not want to give up a full 60 on this one and not have the rotations there. So expect this to be the last wave of kills coming out from Monolithic Gaming, and then the rotation should come in from Rated White, and Monolithic is going to take a hefty lead going into this basketball hill. But as I talked about back garage being a money hill, so is basketball. Super hard to break both of these hills. Going to be super interesting to see if Rated White can hold exactly how Monolithic just did to back basketball.
Yeah, well, we do see Rated White being able to get that early control. A little bit of a flank is going to be coming in, though, as we do see Kovagi. And not really sure if he was going to be able to get any kills off of that, but Dozzy is going to be looking over there towards those back stairs. Spawns are still going to be in favor here of Rated White, as they are going to be able to get the majority of this time so far, and they are looking pretty decent here and getting back into this game. Nice little trades are going to be going on in as Kovagi finally making his way up inside. The pinch is going to be happening here, and they will be able to clean it out. So that's going to be about 35 seconds left here on this hill. See if they can hold off this next wave as he's going to be able to spot out 1, 2. Oh, not a single kill there. Freshie able to slide on in, picks it up. That was a beautiful break right there once again.
Phenomenal plays coming out of Freshie, able to absorb all the bullets and slide into cube. And now the last 16 of this time is going to go to Rated White, but the next spawn going to be in that middle courtyard area, Brian. This one's always scrappy, right? Players can come from absolutely anywhere, but the most important factor for this entire hill is going to be that ring control. If you have control of P1, you can see through the pillars. You can see both sides of ring. If the flip does come, and Rejects and Co have early control, and they have early ring control, as you see. Now, if you're in hill, all you have to do is watch your kitchen and watch your pool steps. It looks like they're going to do that successfully. There goes the first wave for Rated White.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from actually both of these teams. I'm taking a look at their kills and deaths, and no one player is actually just dominating. And a lot of times you do see a star player, but that's not the case here. Everybody kind of pulling their weight, so that is going to be really nice later on in the series. As you can tell, just a very close back and forth game. And you do see right now Rated White being able to get inside the hill here with 20 seconds left. Kaiser's going to be looking over just to make sure that nobody's going to be pushing up over there towards pillars, and they have been able to clean that out. So this is definitely a good solid chunk of time that they're going to be able to clean up here. Kaiser able to pick up one more there into the back. We do see some trash time that's going to be going over towards Monolithic, but really I think the rotations are what's going to be more important here, as we do see Kaiser working his way towards that laundry position.
Talks about the rotation's absolutely vital, and if they're able to kill this guy off of top laundry, which not able to do so, a good gunfight win there by Bresco. If Bresco's able to stay alive and wait for his teammates, that could be absolutely huge for them, but there he goes. They emphasize taking him down just to make sure they have full control of laundry and full control over P2. inevitably you're going to get some contest time on this P1 area, and so you're not too worried about the rotation to that. Well, you're mostly worried about rotation to P2. Make sure you get some kitchen time, and Reject's doing a great job of holding down right now, but look at the spawn coming in from number 6. That's going to be Kavagi, and now here comes the flip as Rated White is going to lose those laundry spawns. Kavagi and Co are now pushing onto the hill, and they're doing a great job of contesting the rest of this time, as well as having the rotation. And Brett, this is where it can get out of hand for Rated White, as the full rotation should be in favor of Monolithic Gaming.
Hey, we'd like to say that it's going to be getting out of hand, but it's still within 10 points of each other, so extremely close as we are going to be moving into this kitchen hill. Kaiser's going to be making his way towards the backside, not going to be successful. Nice 2 kills going to be coming in from Killa, possibly a third. He does. It's going to be a little bit of help there from his teammates as well, so locking this thing down, looking fantastic. And again, like you said before, the XM4s are dominating here, and we're seeing that right now on screen.
For the AK-74U, pretty much the 2 meta guns. You'll see a Krig come in every once in a while just on the very, very long-range maps, but a majority of it is going to be those 2 guns. As now 30 seconds left, and Monolithic doing a great job of holding this kitchen hill. The most important thing, if you're Monolithic, you got to get somebody to OE. That's going to be number 6 on that left side of your minimap. If he wins this one against Warsec, that can be absolutely huge for the rotation, and he does. So now, look at the spawns coming in for Rated White. They all spawn in the back of that P2 area. Monolithic does such a great job of holding. Nobody cares about that last 10 seconds of scrap time, Brett, because the rotation to back garage is going to be all in favor of Monolithic. Easy full 60 if they can get set up here. But as I say that, they get 4 down right away, as I was talking about, and Rated White flips the script right once again.
Yeah, this time it's going to be Rated White with an opportunity here to really grab some time. A nice little opening kill, though, going to be coming in. But Dawsey is going to be answering back with 2 of his own, now on a 3-kill streak inside that hill. So they are definitely loving this. Kavagi, though, coming in on the backside of this hill. We'll see if he's going to be able to actually pick up any of these frags. He can't, as that's going to be Freshy with a good defense. And there's still Rated White just doing a fantastic job of holding on. And they have been able to soak up about half of this time so far. Dawsey is going to come back to try and help out with this contention. Not going to be successful, as Rejects there will be able to pick up the kill. In the meantime, though, it does look like we are going to be seeing a rotation coming in from Kaiser all the way in the back, followed up by Freshy. So thinking about 10 steps ahead, and I'm loving it here, as Freshy is going to be able to get onto this basketball court. Not going to be able to get the kills, but what's really going to be critical here is this next gunfight that's going to be coming on in. Kaiser, though, trades out, not going to be able to help out his buddy Dawsey, and those spawns for Rated White are not going to be as close as what they wanted them to be.
Rated White does a great job of holding that last couple seconds of scrap on garage and rotating to back basketball, but they just got a little bit over antsy. I would have loved to see Rated White just play that back jungle area, you know, wait for their teammates to come from that long rotation from garage. Instead, they try to push into basketball, try to do a little bit too much, and Monolithic able to get the break and start spawning laundry. But here comes Rated White. 2 from the back, 2 from the front. Killa now gonna cut off that whole front area, but the back still gonna be pressured by a Rated White coming down those basketball steps. A great 2-piece coming out there, and looks like Rated White from Freshy and Co are gonna hold down the rest of this time going into square, where they could potentially win the rest of it. Gonna be a difficult one just because of how contested it usually is, but 6 more seconds on this hill, and Kavagi and Co are now fighting for this ring area. And as I said the first time, ring is the most vital part of the map for this square hardpoint. But here comes Briscoe, as now the fight's coming back and forth, but Rated White in the time.
Dawsey doing a really great job there, able to win that one-on-one, and he's maybe going to be able to win in a second one. He does, holding this ring section by himself, doing a fantastic job. Finally does end up going down. That does give Rated White a decent hold here onto the middle of the map, and you do see the pistol also being pulled out there. So a little bit of back and forth going in, but that's 232 now to 189. So it is still possible here for Rated White to win the game here if they can jump on in here in the next couple of seconds. But even if they can't, they got to get ready for this next rotation. It's going to be really tough here for Monolithic to hold on to this. They've got to play really, really well here these next few seconds.
You're exactly right, Brett, because now you're at the point where scrap time wins Rated White the game. They're going to get those last 5, and it's going to put them about 7 points off, so you cannot leave anything for granted. And here's Rated White with all full map control right now. About 1 player can do something about it, is going to get 1 kill. Here comes the kills from behind, from the driveway area. Wartech is the last one alive. Gotta go big. Is not able to. Monolithic gets in the hill. 249 to 206. Monolithic has to play absolutely perfect Call of Duty from here on out, and they can win on this hill if they do so. Rejects with a nice 2-piece. Last person going to be coming from this pillar area. It's going to be Wartech. He's going to go down as well, and Monolithic can win this here. Just kidding. I'm terrible at math. Going to be about 2 points off. Rated White can still rotate to Kitchen and win it, but looks like one more push going to be coming from this Laundry area. Kavagi going to try to get some kills, top Laundry, and now the last 2 coming from Pillars. Got to get the help on the hill and not going to. Rated White coming in from the Pillars area, able to take map 1, 250 to 229, an absolute barn burner, Brett.
That was a tough situation there towards the very end. Very close game throughout the entirety of it, but yeah, there towards the very end, very tough situation to be in. It's like you said, scrap time. It's one of those things where it's okay. Do we rotate early? Do we give up the scrap time? Do we give that opportunity there towards Rated White in order to pick up 1, 2, 10 seconds and get just that much closer to that 250 mark? And that's exactly what happened there. Very, very tough balance. You really got to be focusing on getting your kills, but a nice valiant effort there towards the end. I mean, definitely nothing against Monolithic Gaming. They played that one fantastic. Really, really good rotations there towards the beginning of the game. I think Rated White kind of woke up there towards the second half. We saw them a little bit more ahead of the game in terms of where they're going to be positioning their players and moving around. And yes, they didn't win that initial rotation. I think it was over on basketball, but it ended up working out in the end nonetheless. So really, really good plays from everybody there. And again, one of the things that I do want to point out is that it didn't really feel like any one of those players on either of the teams were just kind of like focusing on one star player. Everybody was kind of pulling their weight there in that game. It felt like for the most part, everybody was having their moments in it. And that, like I said, that's a telltale, in my opinion, for a really good series. We're not going to have to worry about one particular person maybe not pulling their weight or just half of the focus on that one guy. Yeah, so congratulations there on the first map. That is going to be going over to Rated White, and we are going to be heading into our S&D map, which is going to be on Garrison. Now, Garrison is it's like the most loved map for S&D, am I right? That's sarcasm.
I think it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not. I was hoping that it was sarcastic, and I'm glad he was. It was an okay map when there were smokes in, right? Because you can smoke off alleyways, you can smoke off ways, but the one way smokes obviously make it hard to leave smokes in. Garrison, it's kind of a tough map just because of how defensive favorite it is. On defense, you can post up and have offensive players just run right at you. So definitely going to be interesting to see how these players play this map. This one, like I said, it's a lot of getting those middle lane pushes, right? Can you sneak through, get a first blood on offense? That's going to be very important to keep track of who gets the first bloods, how the first bloods are gotten, because if you're able to get that first blood on offense, that means you just have another player to trade with. In my opinion, you should never lose a round when you get first blood and it isn't traded right away. If you have that 4v3 advantage, it's just so easy to just play together as a squad. You do not need to make any hero plays when you have that 4v3 advantage. So that's the main goal when I play Garrison Search and Destroy on offense. Get a pick. Work after you get that first kill, and then try to decide if you're going to go A or B.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially now that we're in the 4v4 as opposed to a 5v5, I think that those first picks are even more important. It felt like in the 5v5, you could definitely still hold your own with 4 players. A lot of really good angles that you could cover. But now that it's back down to that 4v4 situation, it's very difficult with those first bloods that come in. And as you said before, unless it's immediately traded out, not going to be a good time. So not having any smokes. By the way, guys, if you are just joining, maybe this is the first time that you've seen a competitive match and you're kind of wondering what the situation is. We do have some GAs that are going to be in, some gentleman agreements and some rule changes. So we are not going to be seeing any smokes coming in here, as well as snipers, I believe. So not going to be seeing any of those, which makes the AR role even more important in these maps, as you were talking about earlier on here tonight. So that is going to be some interesting plays that are going to be coming on out. I have to say, though, this is going to be a pretty B-sided heavy map. From my experience anyways, that seems to be where all of the action ends up going, especially over there in those vents. And we'll see if that's going to be the case here tonight. Also do want to mention, I believe streaks are going to be in play here today. We are going to be seeing the artillery and the cruise missile. Yes, I just got a confirmation on that one. I don't think we're going to be seeing any streaks coming out because I think we have to get at least 6 or 7 kills in order to make that happen. But still, if it does, it would be kind of interesting to see how that would play out. I mean, we are mostly in a warehouse, so it's not really, I don't think, playing too much of a role, but still, nonetheless, would be kind of nice to see somebody popping on off and to see how that is going to be affecting the game.
As we talked about earlier, the sub coming in for Monolithic, 2 True, now going to be in the game. So definitely going to be interesting to see what kind of impact he can have on this one, but getting it going here. Rated White going to be on offense, and it's so important if you get an offensive win. And as you talked about, that B side usually going to be favored. But one of the reasons why the B side is favored is because of the head glitches on A side, right? So hard to win any of these gunfights. And one of the reasons that you might see somebody go A side on offense is because of those head glitches. Some teams might just send one player there, and you might be able to just flood them out and get the kills, but 2 True able to get that first blood in the middle of the map, make it a 4v3 situation. Rated White kind of just stuck in this top green area, as now another one goes down. Bright, it's a tough situation for Rated White.
Oh yeah, this is not looking good, but still definitely doable. We'll see if Kaiser can pull something out right now. He's going to be able to spot out rejects. Not going to get the wall bang there. That would have been sweet, as he does get picked up from afar there on tank, and that's going to be a nice clean game going in. I don't think a single player ended up going down for Monolithic, as Rated White ended up just getting completely smashed. So really good start coming in here for these guys, especially after that last map loss. They got to be feeling pretty good there.
Definitely so. Monolithic able to get that defensive win, but you know, defensive wins on this map are impressive, but if you're able to get an offensive win, it can definitely boost you to that map, that round you need to win the map. As looking at 2 True coming in as the substitute, starting off 2-0, looking true to me, as now the push is coming to B side. This is more of a usual push that you'll see on this map. The trade coming in from Wartech, as he's able to take down Rejects. Kavagi on that trade there. Kaiser now has a lot to deal with by B by himself. He has number 3 in that square corner, actually, so a little bit of help there. Sees one top floating, isn't going to be able to get that kill. 58 seconds. Monolithic has some time to try to get another pick here, Brett.
Oh, absolutely. And with it being a 3-on-3, they should be pretty even on in terms of kills, although as soon as I say that, Freshie ends up getting picked up, so that is not going to be good. But the bomb is going to get planted, so time will be getting extended here. 2 True is set up very aggressively there up the top of Vince, and then we are going to be seeing top green possibly getting pushed here by Dozzy back and forth, and that's going to be Dozzy coming out with a win there. That's going to be a 2-on-2, now a 2-on-1, as Kavogi is the last one alive. It's going to be Dozzy coming on in towards the bomb, looking for that player in Vince. Not going to be seeing anybody just yet. Kavagi is going to be able to pick up Kaiser. Now down to a 1 versus 1. It's getting close to time here, and Kavagi might just go ahead and check it, and there's a head on out. Dozzy is looking for this last kill. He's not going to be able to find it, and that right there was a really well played round there towards the end for Monolithic.
Kavagi able to get that 1v2 clutch. Plays that phenomenally there. Knows he does not have to rush anything. Sits in a pretty awkward corner. Waits for that time to run down, and Kavagi, an absolutely phenomenal play there, is going to be able to win that round 2-0, and there's that offensive win I was talking about, right? That offensive win just gives them so much leeway, as now looking at Kavagi at 4-0. Maybe he can get those streaks you were talking about, but Rated White has to do something different here. I don't like the A push. If you're going to just sit in top green, I don't like the A push. If you're going to go A, just push it out. There's only going to be one guy there that you know of from last round, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. It looks like they have made that transition to B.
Just do it. Just get it done. Not going to be happening here, though. It does look like we are going to be seeing a B push coming on in. This is going to be Rated White, as we are just going to be setting it up, possibly looking in for that first kill before that happens. Kaiser is going to have a nice little overlook on top of tank, as we do see those barrels getting blown up next to that crate. Always love seeing those deaths coming on in. Not quite going to be able to pick up 2 True. In fact, gets distracted and gets destroyed at the same time. But answering back, we are going to be seeing Wartech being able to pick up a kill. And this is going to be Freshie also taking one down, but he ends up getting traded out. A 2 versus 3. Now Wartech tries to push on up, going to get caught from the side, and that is going to be 0-3 in favor of Monolithic. And right now, man, it's getting a little bit worrisome. I would imagine that an 0-3 is definitely not good, but if we get up into that 0-4 territory, that is a big deal. You know, they need to win this next round. That 1-3 is much, much better than a 0-4.
I talked about how you don't want to get stuck in green. That doesn't mean you want to give up green completely. Yeah. Giving up green to Kavagi there was an absolutely huge factor, as you saw him able to just have those angles, able to get that last kill from top green because nobody was there for the side of rated white. Here comes another first blood out of Briscoe, and now this map looking like it might be going a little bit faster than that first one, as Kaiser trying to back up a little bit, but his teammate Freshie goes down as well. A 4v2 right off the bat. This round just started, as now able to get one kill is Kaiser, but still at a deficit by at least one man. Looks like they're going to try to work this top green area. His teammate just sitting in the corner, not even going for the trade. Should get it now, but a 2v1 after all that. Everybody just dies middle map for Rated and gives up full B bomb control to the side of Monolithic, and 4-0 for Monolithic as they're just taking over this search and destroy.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure coming in very, very fast. And I got to say, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more confident pushes coming in here right now for Monolithic. They're feeling it. They are definitely feeling it right now. And we might just see them just playing super, super fast on this one. So Rated White, they've got to pull something out here. I mean, it's getting pretty close to match point. We do not want to see an 0-6 here. This would be just embarrassing, but we'll see if that's going to be the case, as we are going to be on board with Wartech right now with the bomb in hand. He is going to be over towards that B site, checking anybody from the bridge. He will be, I think he spotted him actually, too true. Going over towards the tank. Yeah, he's pretty suspectful that he's there. Dazzy will be able to pick him up. So at the very least, they do get that first blood. And as you said, first bloods typically mean that you're going to be faring well in the round. We'll see if that's going to be the case here, as Rejects is being super sneaky there inside the vents. Might be able to get a nice little flank here.
Playing his time as slowly as possible, knows a player could typically jump down that vent to try to get that bomb planted. Kaiser now going to be playing for this top green control, not totally giving up like he did last time. Knows there's going to be a player here somewhere, not really sure where. Just not giving it up is something I love here. Kaiser just going to be the one to hold this green area. Sees Kavagi there, able to pick him up in a great round out of Rated White. They got that first blood, and they were able to just slowly push up the map, not give up top green, get that bomb down, and win that round.
Yeah, so it took them long enough. They are going to be able to get those kills in, and that's the final one right there, as Rejects ended up getting picked up. So definitely looking good there as they finally get onto the board. Hopefully that means that we're going to be seeing some more success coming on out. But, you know, 1-4, that's a steep hill to climb. And we'll see if they're going to be able to make this happen. Now, Monolithic played super aggressive the last attacking round that they were here. We'll see if that's going to be the case once again. And we'll see how actually Rated White is going to be playing this defense.
Shot coming out of this Krig from Roscoe is now Wartech and Co. looking to defend this B-bomb site. That's where Monolithic has gone all of these rounds, and it has had success for them. Wartech now made his way onto the bomb site. This can be a very sneaky area to play. There goes the first blood for Kaiser, as now trades should just be able to come in, but Kaiser gets a little bit over aggressive after the first blood, and Kovagi with a huge two-piece, able to get one in that lights area and then turn on that player green. Kovagi make it 3, as now Wartech the last one alive. Kovagi in an absolute tear at 10-2. 1-4 is the round count. Could be a 1-5 after this, but only a 1v2 for Wartech. Can he make it happen? Absolutely not. Kovagi gets all 4 and the ace right there. Monolithic 5-1.
You know, I had mentioned earlier in the last map that there was no one player that really stood out to me. Well, Kovagi is putting that on. He must have been hearing it on a delay. Be like, Brett, buddy, here, let me show you what's what. He is now on a 4 kill streak, I believe. He has been able to stack up into the double digits. He is looking fantastic here. And this is the second player to actually get an ace in K7 history. So Kovagi right there, you know, getting on up there with the greats as he is 11-2. See if he can push this streak out any further. This is match point right now as Rated White. They are definitely on death's door in this particular map, and we need to be seeing some life coming out of them. I don't know what's going on here, but Monolithic has just got their number. We do see Kaiser. He's going to be looking over here on top green. Oh, he does see just a pixel, but not able to get the kill. Pushes the other one back, and might be seeing an opening here onto that B site in just a few seconds, but still playing this very, very slow.
4 players up for both teams as I speak. Freshly goes down to 2 true, 4v3 now, as Monolithic looking good to win this round once again. Dazzy knows where 2 true is, and he's sees just the tip of his head, not able to get that kill. That would have been absolutely huge for the side of Rated. But Brett, what did they do? They gave up green once again, and it's going to be so hard to win any offensive rounds without any green control, as Kovagi now trying to close this one out. 12-2 for him. Knows that they're going to be one close. Kaiser able to get 1 kill and another, so Kaiser absolutely going huge there. There goes the trade though, and now making a 1v1 with just 15 seconds left, but there goes the trade, and Monolithic gonna win this one 6-1. And you know, it doesn't even seem like that first map was close, Brett. Monolithic absolutely took over this search and destroy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shame right there. Would have loved to have seen that going a little bit further in the distance, but Monolithic just had their number. Kovagi had their number. I do want to mention that that was not only in the second ace in K7 history, but also had that actually gone a couple more rounds, we might have been seeing him breaking the record of 21 kills in an S&D. He was definitely on par in order to do that. I think he finished that out 12 kills or more, but definitely looking fantastic. And yeah, Monolithic, I mean, can't even really call that map a game. That was pretty much domination from the word go. 1 round went the way of Rated White, you know, and that was it. But they look fantastic. A lot of momentum going to be coming in for them. It is going to be tied up 1-1 right now as we head on into our control. And that control is going to be a mixture of kind of almost kind of like a S&D and a hard point kind of mixed together. So we're going to be seeing some ejected play, also some respawns in here, so it's definitely an interesting game mode. But we do see this mode typically favoring the defensive side, but the last couple of matches that I have actually cast on Raid for control, it's been kind of back and forth and more favoring the offensive side of things.
I'd say that Raid is one of those maps where it's a lot more even, right? We used to have Moscow on the rotation. That map was atrocious. You could not hit B. You cannot hit B to save your life. And so happy Raid came in and saved us from ever playing Moscow Control ever again. Because this map, you know, there's some back and forth. Obviously, that B site is still a little bit more difficult to control. So the keys to victory to getting that B site, have that kitchen control. Make sure you cannot die from that money area, right? So if you have 1 in money, 1 in kitchen, 2 on the point, 1 watching back basketball, with the people on the point watching their basketball and their stairs, that's how you're going to be able to get that B point, right? Making sure nobody can kill you for money, because that head glitch is just so good. And to getting another thing to note on this control on Raid is how the spawns work for the offense. If you're hitting that A point and you go 4 down and all 4 players are towards that B area or towards that A area, you might just spawn bottom pool. You know what I mean? You're going to spawn really close to that other point if you are the offensive side. Like if you go 4 down at B, you'll spawn on the van. You'll spawn pretty much on the A point. So it's gonna be definitely interesting to see how these teams are able to play it out. Obviously, this map hasn't been in the rotation the whole time, so some teams maybe just still getting used to it. Monolithic Gaming looked really good in that search and destroy. Excited to see if their momentum can carry them to a dub in this control as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you know, that momentum is definitely going to be carrying it in. Again, I do want to mention, and I haven't really seen any successful streaks being used, but I want to see some streaks being used, damn it. But this map seems like a really good map for that to happen. Both A and B are kind of out in the open, and there's a lot of opportunity for those players to get wiped off of them. We'll see if that is going to be the case here, as we are going to get started in just a few seconds. And right from the get-go, you know, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier before I was reading the chat over here, but you know, that A site does tend to get kind of left alone quite quickly on this map. Is that something that we're probably going to be seeing here again?
You know, sometimes you might just want to hit that B site and get it out of the way, right? But the only problem with that is it's so difficult because of all the head glitches, all the things that the teams have. So getting A out of the way is usually the way to go here. As we see Rated White do the same thing they did in the hard point. Nobody goes middle, everybody just flooding this ring area. 2 go down for each side, make it a third for Monolithic. And now the final trades for 2 True are going to be on this point here. We see Wartech getting some kills, but able to go down finally. And as you said, getting B out of the way quickly. That player in money, what did I talk about? You cannot let them have money control because of this head glitch right here. That little corner is the only area you can die. You cannot get seen from when you're on that point. Kaiser and co are able to get onto that B point and get a tick or 2, but the trades coming in and now Monolithic pushing up the map and getting some control.
That, you know, getting that tick on B is going to be huge here, especially on both of those points. So that's going to give a little bit more of leeway when we do see those repushes that are going to be happening here in just a few seconds. But I do want to send this over to a listen in with Rated White, as we do have them in the channel. So let's go ahead and check them out.
All right, they're gonna be in a red. We need subs breaking out red if we can.
In enemy.
Yeah. With you. I'm on the driveway and behind
They're
you
gonna
guys.
hit us. They're gonna hit us.
Yeah, they're gonna hit me
One on
out.
top,
One
right?
shot, one
Yeah,
shot,
he's
one
top.
shot.
Only one on top and one's pillars.
One's P5, one's P5.
Good pillars, good pillars.
Yeah,
One shot, money.
sorry, got me. He went outer ring ties.
He's weak on white van, white van.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
so.
waving.
One rush me. One weak, challenge says.
Top R,
Nice,
one more.
one more.
He went out. Where do you
Nice,
go
bro.
top?
Open right now.
Yeah, open absolute. I just got choked, bro.
Red. All right. green,
Yeah,
green,
we can
green.
work this way. We can work this
Hold
way.
something. Hold something.
Perfect kills, perfect kills.
For me, Brett, comp seem very calm and collected at a Rated White there. They're not really concerned about what's going on here. You heard them say, play kills, play kills. And that's because they're getting absolutely dominated. 18-4 is the life total here. And when the lives are this low, when the lives are that in favor of the other squad, just play kills, try to get some kills to get that defense. That last round is what you want to do if you're so behind in that round.
Yeah, that's a really good point right there. It's something that we didn't bring up before, is the fact that this is going to matter for deaths. The overall kills, whoever has the most of them, because on the competitive side of things, the EKI, oh my God, I can't even say that. Anyways, I guess, you know, assist for kills. EKIA, there we go.
There you go.
Doesn't show up. It is true kills, and that's what's going to matter here, as the players with the most amount of kills will actually be able to have that defensive side. If you want to have that defensive side, and you can kind of push it a little bit more on some other maps. This one's not too much, but as we are here on round number 2, it does look like we are going to be seeing some early time going on there for Monolithic. Some really good control onto A, as Freshie is going to be coming around on Laundry. His teammate just got completely beamed there as he did try and turn the corner. Not going to be happening there, but this is looking fantastic right now. Monolithic is just riding this wave of momentum. They're going to be able to get A, extend that timeout. That's 2 minutes and 15 seconds they have now to go over towards that B side of the map. Plus, they are up about 5 lives at the moment. Dazzy is going to be trying to hold them off from Kitchen. No chance whatsoever. He gets completely ripped off that head glitch, as we do see 2 more kills answered back here by Kaiser, but they have been able to get onto that B side, so they are definitely closing on in. And this is maybe a little bit scary for Rated White. You know, can they keep their cool here and make sure that they don't give up any crucial positioning?
Rated White are going to be in this, trying to defend this B side, but 4 go down for them, and Monolithic have control of that basketball side. Tutu is spawn trapping them back. Laundry is exactly what you want. Rejects in Kitchen, not letting anybody get to money, but the heat goes down as well. 2 ticks should come out as Kavagi, excuse me, challenges. Kaiser now able to regain control of this B side. 19 lives to just 12 though, Brett. 6 lives in favor of that offensive side and a tick already done. So if you're Monolithic, you have 1 minute and 33 seconds, which is almost unheard of, to get this second point. And all you have to do is get the kills if you want to.
Yeah, at this point right now, you know, Monolithic, they can slow this down and just go for the kills. They don't even have to get onto the point at this point in time. I mean, it's 15-7. Whittle them down little by little, and you're going to be able to take this round win. Dawsey is going to be coming back over here to try and maybe pick up a couple of these players on that B side. He is going to be able to spot out too. Not going to be able to get any damage. And he just, again, we're just seeing time after time Monolithic ripping them off of these power positions. They are not able to get anything going on. I do want to mention we are on our way to that third and final tick. It is getting so close. They didn't need to take away every one of those lives. They are going to be able to win it out there. And that is going to be a nice 0-2 win. And they're looking really decent and on track to be able to take this in a 3-0 fashion if Rated White doesn't wake up. I mean, it's much like what we saw in the S&D. It's just like Rated White is pushed on their heels. They're not able to get any traction, anything going. They're constantly down in terms of kills. They're not able to get anything going in that front. And Monolithic is bullying them around the map.
If I could say it, is too true the factor. Look at him right now, 17-4. Absolutely popping off for this Monolithic Gaming squad. You know, he came in after that hardpoint, after that first map that Rated White won, and Monolithic hasn't lost a map since. Monolithic getting all the kills on that ring side as well. Tutu able to push up the map, and this is looking terrible for Rated White already off the beginning of the round. This is exactly what you want to do on defense. Get control of garage. Why? Because if you have that control of the right side garage, everybody is going to spawn far left AC. But you weren't set up for it. The push on B, and now Rated White might be able to get a tick or two over here before anybody even gets here.
This might be their redemption moment to try and get back into this map. They absolutely need it here. As well, we are going to be seeing Kovagi come around with 2 kills of his own. Tutru's also going to be able to pick up another one. So, yeah, they are definitely not going to be letting this thing go down without a fight. Kovagi is going to be making his way over here towards the middle of the map. Probably going to be able to pick one more up, and he does. He is on a 3 killing spree at the moment, 15-6, as he is definitely making his way known in this map. But yeah, definitely not looking good here. 39 seconds left. We do see Rated White trying to make another play, possibly for this A site. Kaiser is going to be able to get a nice little long-range kill. Reinforcements are going to be coming on in from Monolithic, but well, there they are, going to be able to get that nice little flank going on down. He does die, but that's the Overwatch that is going to be taken out. Freshie, though, trying to hold on, will be able to pick up that nice 2 clean kills. And he is backing on up, trying to get that time as much as possible. They need to get this time in here, as we do see that final tick going on in.
Tick coming in, that A point going to be in favor of Rated White. 18-12, though, are the lives. 16-12, excuse me, are the lives in favor of Monolithic with just 1:30 left. The back laundry push coming. Look at number 7. Look at Rejects on the map. He can be an absolute playmaker here, coming up behind 3 of them. This is Rejects' moment. If he's able to get 1 or 2 or maybe even 3, he can absolutely change the perfection of this round. There goes one. Rejects calls another one out. Back jungle is going to be another player for the side of Rated White. He goes down as well, and there goes the wipe for Monolithic Gaming. Rejects makes the play on the flank, and now it's going to be a tough one for Rated White to win. They have to get kitchen control here, Brett. If they just try to headbutt the front, it's not going to work out. Getting kitchen is exactly what they're going to want to do. And number 4 is going to be the one in there, Wartech, and he's got to wait for the rest of this team to get in position before they hop on this point.
They just don't have the lives, I don't believe. 10 now to 4. Freshie does go down. Even if they get onto the point, it's going to be pretty damn difficult. Wartech is still going to be staying up and alive over here next to Kishin. He picks up 2, making it a valiant effort. But now, with only Kaiser and Freshie up and alive and trying to push this point, it is going to be near impossible. But we'll see if they can actually make the impossible happen, as Kaiser is going to be able to spot out 1 crossing, trying to back on up. He is very weak here. Not the place that he wants to be, as he's getting caught from 2 different directions. He will be able to find one and pull, but not going to get the kill. Now it's all down to 1 player alive. That's going to be Freshie with 13 seconds left. You'd love to say he can do it, but I just don't think it's going to be the case, as we are going to be seeing Monolithic taking this one in a hot 3-0 fashion. They took the S&D. They took the control, they made it look damn good, and basically like they were unopposed the entire time. this hard point might not be as close as what maybe we hope it's going to be. As from that map number 1, it was only within about 20-30 points.
Yeah.
But this is a completely different Monolithic team. They are showing up right now.
It's, you think about it, is it too true? Like I said it kind of jokingly, but he popped off that map. He was by far the most positive player there, and maybe his addition to this squad, when they come in, is it going to be another dominant performance as it was the last 2 maps? Like, you never,
No, that's
you
a
don't
good
know what's
point.
going to happen.
That's a good point. He did sub in there on that S&D. All of a sudden, we saw the team just kind of flipping it around.
Yeah.
And that's been a major play right there. Not only is he getting those kills, but he's probably working pretty well in terms of the comms and making sure that they're going to be keeping their team and their heads on straight. So, yeah, I mean, 1-2 in favor of Monolithic. Are they going to be able to take this in a 3 in a row with this hard point? We are going to be moving over to Moscow. And you did mention before that Moscow, extremely AR heavy. We're going to be seeing long lines of sight coming on in here. And it should be pretty fun to watch how the flanks are going to be developing. I have seen some pretty nasty flanks happening on Moscow before. So it's going to be interesting what Too True can do.
Might see 1 or 2 Kriegs come out for both sides here. This is the only map where I wouldn't do it, but you can maybe get away with wanting 2 Kriegs. It's one of the maps that is very long range, by far the most long range map in the game. Checkmate has those angles that are long range, but you don't want to bring a Krieg into plane. So this is one of the maps where you look at it and you're like, okay, if there's some dominant Krieg players, it could be beneficial. Maybe Rated White has that Krieg player that you could see come out and turn the tides on this series, because there's nothing going on for the side of Rated White. Both of those last 2 maps, they got absolutely dominated. We heard the comms, they were kind of down, kind of low. No momentum for this squad whatsoever. And so it's going to be super difficult for them to come back. Gotta see if it can happen, though. They won that first search, they won that first hard point, so you can't count them out of this one just yet.
No, you can't. There's always that opportunity for them to be able to come back. They got to shake it off. Control. That is a completely different mode than hardpoint, obviously, but it is. There's a lot of variables that go into both S&D and control that definitely change it up. This is going to be pure, respawn, just going after the kills. Obviously, the rotations are going to be in there, but we are going to be seeing a lot of frag-heavy gameplay, obviously, coming on in. And sometimes that just suits the teams better. There are teams out there that this is their bread and butter. This is what they're good at. They try and steal an objective, game mode, an S&D and a control off of it, but they can dominate the hard points. So maybe that is what we're going to be seeing coming out of Rated White. I don't know, but they definitely need to kick it in the high gear right here, right now. You got to, just forget about those last 2 maps. They didn't even happen. Put on a fresh head and just look ahead, make sure that they're going to keep their comms clean, and just do what they need to do. I mean, they should know this map here forwards and backwards, and we'll see if they're going to be able to pull out a win here to take this to a game number 5.
Goal, if you're Rated White, right? You just got to take it 1 map at a time. Can't worry about those last 2 maps. Can't worry about how you got absolutely dominated in the search and destroy. Absolutely dominated in the control. Rated White, this is a game mode you've won. Coming into it, you should be confident that you can win it again. And here they go. Another positive for Rated White. You're starting off on the good side. You have the spawns for P2. Just make sure you don't lose them. Looks like Rejects' job is going to be to flip that spawn. Would not be surprised to see him hit all the way through glass. But here it goes now as we see that the fight's coming in during that middle of the map. Rejects actually going to join the fights from escalators, it looks like, as 2 go down right away for Rated White. 1 player going to be on that plat area. Kavagi going to try to get street control along with Briscoe.
Yeah, and you mentioned about getting those spawns, and Rated White right now, they are being super careful not to get flanked. You see him putting, I think it was 3 players at one time looking there for that back flank. Not going to matter, though, as you do see Monolithic being able to clear everybody up. You are going to be seeing those spawns now starting to flip. Number 1 there, Dazzy, is going to try and keep this back here for his team, but he does get shot in the back. Not going to really matter whatsoever. So, yeah, that's looking great. Monolithic, they were able to get about 20 seconds or so on that first hardpoint, and they're going to be able to get these spawns here for P2. So they are loving this. Potential break going to be coming in for from Rated White, but it's going to be an uphill battle.
Huge basketball fan, and there's a legendary basketball coach named Huey Brown, and he says, if you're not getting a rebound and you're not back on defense, where are you? Same thing for Rated White on that first rotation. You're not in the hill, you only got 4 points, and you're not on the rotation, where are you? So Rated White was able to lose those spawns. Looks like they're fighting for it right now as Kaiser dodging artilleries left and right, nades coming from everywhere to try to stay alive on this top area, and he's done well, but he goes down as well, and so the punish, there it is for Rated White. No rotation, does not get any time off of that first hill. You gotta choose. If you're not gonna rotate, you gotta get the scrap, one or the other. Two True and Co are now gonna be fighting for the rest of this 20, but Moscow is one of those maps where one hill can turn it around for you. Rated White is actually doing a phenomenal job of not giving up too much time here. But now on the rotation, they also have the spawns for back library. As we know, this hill can be deadly, and you can get an easy full 60 off of this.
Yeah, I think the one thing we can take away from there is that Rated White, while they didn't get any time, Monolithic really didn't get a whole lot of time there either. They got about 20 seconds or so, 25. So it's not a huge loss. Plus, Rated White did get the rotation set up. We'll see if they can actually hold on to it here, as they did kind of get scrappy there on those last 2 hills. But Kovagi is going to be able to pick up a nice kill there on the entrance of P3. And he finally does end up getting taken down. Rejects, though, is going to be having his way as he picks up 2. Getting some hill time as well. Right now, Rated White has to focus on trying to make sure that they stay alive, stay on these spawns. We do see 2 of them spawning on out over there towards that long street. And now Kaiser is going to be left basically by himself here to try and deal with it. And they're dealing with it. Look at that kill feed as it's Rated White racking them on up. But again, they're not getting the time. They do have the rotation. I will say that. They do have the rotation here for next. But man, that was a whole lot of really good plays in terms of getting kills, but just no time on the clock whatsoever.
They got all the kills, but Kavagi just sat there the whole time and racked up the time as his teammates all died. Nobody even went for the kill onto him. The rotation is in for Rated White, though. This street hill is one that can be contest heavy or is one you can dominate, just depending if you're able to push out statue and hold that gold area. Right now, Kaiser and Co doing a great job of just holding the front. I would like to see somebody try to push up to that bus. They just had a 3 down. That was their opportunity. Now going to be really difficult. The flank coming in fresh. He should be able to pick it up, though, and he does. Kovagi getting 2 on the front, though, going to make things difficult for this squad. Now Freshly coming in. Can he get these kills? Coming through Rat does so. Just that. Now Rated White does a good job of breaking this time. Should be able to get this last 20 here unless Rejects and Co has something to say about it. And no, they don't, as Kaiser gonna get those 2 kills. Rotation coming in, and for me, Rated White did not play that first round of rotation well. Monolithic should be up significantly more. So if you're Rated White, you're happy with where you're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about before. They're not getting time, but at least they're keeping it scrappy enough to where it's close. And yeah, 77-94. We see Rejects now getting onto the center point. We've seen the restart of the rotations. Nice little pickup there. Almost going to be able to pick up a second one, but his team nade does finish him off. That's going to be a nice little win there for Rated White. But we'll see if they can actually get any time off this. Nice 2 kills for Kaiser. That's a good way to open that one up. And they will be able to get, well, they're soaking off some decent time here in this middle hill. Not something that you see too awful much. We do have them also pushing in for the spawns on next, and they get control of them as well. So this is a huge win here for Rated White as they're starting to turn things around.
Absolutely huge win, as you said, as Rated White going to get a lot of time off of this P1 hill and take the lead. Kaiser hasn't died forever as Caster's Curse comes in there, but 6 seconds left. They're going to be up about 4 points on this rotation, and now it's going to be all on Monolithic to get this break. One player that's going to be number 6 is in the back, but he gets taken down as well, so now the break has to come from the front if you're Monolithic Gaming. Here comes the push from Rejects. Not going to be able to get anything done there. 2 True also goes down as now the push from the front comes in from Monolithic. They're going to be spawning towards that escalator side. The push from the middle coming in as well. Going to be super, super difficult for Monolithic to get anything going here as Rejects and Co hopping through this window. But with just 34 seconds left, they're going to have to go quickly. And with just 1 player left in the hill, they can get this break if they go. The spawn's coming in just so close, though. Make it hard. As now, Rated White played that phenomenally after sloppy play the first rotation. The second rotation starts off so good for Rated White.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Completely different than what we saw previously. So they've got to be loving that. They're warming up, maybe. Definitely helps out that Kaiser is now up to 18 kills and Freshie right behind him with 16. So Kovagi is up to 21, but we're seeing some really struggling coming over here from Briscoe. So we need to be having maybe a little bit more of him stepping on up. But now we're going to be seeing if they can hold on to this next hill. This is going to be a very tough hill to break. We did see last time, though, Monolithic Gaming being able to keep it scrappy in the back and a lot of time being soaked up though onto the point itself. So Rated White is going to try and not do that once again. We'll see if they can actually push him off of this hill. Not looking too successful at the moment. Kovagi just at this nasty head glitch will be able to keep them down. And again, it's just time after time for this particular hill. It's been Monolith Gaming getting kill after kill. And they are going to be able to get the majority of this time, almost the full 60. They have one more contestant possibly coming on in, but I think right now, Rated White needs to be worrying about these rotations coming over here on this street.
They definitely do, but look at that full 60 from Monolithic. Puts them right back in the game and even takes the lead. That's just how Moscow works. So many of these hills you can get full 60s on, so chalking it up and rotating is really something that you can do here and really something significant that can happen. Monolithic able to rotate as well though, but there comes the kills as Kovagi goes down. That's 4. All of them go down as now the pushing coming up from Rated White. Back bank is the spawn. The split, look at the split for number 7, Rejects. Rejects can make an absolutely huge play, and he does, able to pick up 1. The last player going to be on the car, 1 going to be in Rat, and that's another 4 down there, and that's just how Cold War works. The splits coming in are always going to happen. You always got to be prepared for that random split spawn, and Dazzy and Co now have to push from the front and are doing an okay job of doing so. This hill going absolutely back and forth, back and forth. Kaiser finally getting some sort of control here. 169 to 166 the score line. This looks a lot like that first hard point, if I do say so myself. Going into the third rotation, we're pretty much tied.
I really like what Dazzy is doing here. He's already rotating around, making sure they're not going to be having a flank there into the back. This potentially is going to be, securing them those back spawns. Although we do see number 7 Rejects trying to come around, not going to happen this time, as that was an unsuccessful flank, and his teammate is going to be able to make that happen though, all alone. So he's going to have to back on up. But this is going to be an interesting play right now. So Monolithic, do they fight for the? Do they basically fight on the point to try and contest it, or do they try and get those rotations going on in? That's going to be a balance that they're going to have to play here, as we are getting close to that 200 mark right now for Rated White. Monolithic, though, for the time being, are going to be able to get control of this hill. But again, Rated White is still in the superior position, being able to have those spawns there for the next hill. And we are going to be seeing Rejects, though, just really lighting it up. 22 and 16, as he is just loving it here in the middle of the map. Kovaki also doing a great job, as he's 26 kills. And he's going to be trying to make his way over here towards the middle of the map, seeing if he can spot anybody out. Not just yet, but the lead has changed once again, as that's going to be Monolith, possibly a 2 kills. Yes, it is, from Freshie. That's going to be a really good start here to this next hill.
This is a good spot for Rated White to be in. They can win off this hill if there's no contention whatsoever. This is not a terrible spot for Monolithic either, though, because if they're able to get all those kills as they do, I was going to say you could get them spawning in the back and trap them there for Rated White, but the spawns come from the front, actually, which is a little bit tough for the side of Monolithic, because you cannot win off this hill, and it means that Rated White will have that rotation, or you can win off this hill. There goes that math again, as now 20 seconds left. They gotta contest at least a second, and I like Rejects. Oh, I really wish Rejects would have pushed into that glass area. If he's able to get 1 or 2 kills before not allowing the contest to come in, that would have been huge. And one player, did he get enough? I don't know if he did.
He didn't.
Somebody needs to push out that glass area right now. If you're Monolithic, that just might be game. It might not matter. 2 seconds left. There it goes, and Monolithic Gaming are able to pick this one up and win this series 3-1. An absolutely phenomenal last hard point coming out of them.
Yeah, that was rough. If you're Rated White, looked like you were going to be able to make a comeback there a couple of times. Not going to be the case. Just Monolith Gaming was just the better team here tonight. They look good on a lot of the rotations early on. I think that's what's really helped them out. Rated made some really key mistakes there in that game on that first set of rotations. They should have had a lot more time there on P3. They weren't able to get back on it. They were doing a lot of fighting, a lot of killing, they weren't getting any time on it. They were easily broken there on P2 as well. Not something that you want to see. So yeah, that was definitely a rough one there for Rated White. They could have done some things to make it a little bit easier on them. Maybe they can fix it in a VOD review, but Monolith not taking nothing, absolutely nothing away from them. They had some massively good plays on their part, and Too True playing really good. Kovagi stepping it up, looking fantastic there, doing a great job.
Kovagi by far the MVP of this map, and what did I say, right? The ARs are going to be the game changers, and it was. Kovagi was the game changer for this entire series, absolutely popping off in that hardpoint, absolutely popping off in that search and destroy. I think he went, what was it, 12 and 4. So, you know, it's going to be so interesting to see him play the rest of this time, the rest of this, the season, because an absolutely phenomenal play coming out of Kovagi, and he's definitely the MVP for this series. Another player that you got to talk about, you got to mention it. Too True coming in. As soon as Too True came in, the series perspective changed.
Yeah.
It went from a victory for Rated White to 3-0 in favor of Monolithic Gaming. Phenomenal play coming out of them.
Absolutely. So, you know, if you guys just caught the tail end of this match and you want to rewind it and check it out again, this was a 1-3 in favor of Monolith Gaming. We did see map number 1 going over into the favor of Rated White, 250 to 229. I would suggest you guys go back and watch that one. That was a good map between those two teams. Garrison was a 6-1 blowout, 3-0 blowout for Monolith, both of those maps. And then, of course, we did see them taking in this Moscow 250 very, very handedly. I think overall they were in control for the most of the game. And they definitely were able to put their stamp on this match. So Hero, he's trying to speak. He keeps getting cut off because we just talk too much. But what's going on, man?
You know, going in, you guys better not go anywhere, right? Because we got so many good matches coming up. We have one more coming today. Finale Gaming versus Wave Runners. Those are going to be two of the best casters in the amateur league, in the amateur series. My dog Shifty and my dog Tugboat. They're both going to be on that one. You definitely do not want to miss it. Finale Gaming versus Rave Runners coming up right after this. Yeah, and that's going to be it for us today, Brett. Thank you so much for joining me on this cast. It was a phenomenal first game we watched. The middle two, a little bit of a struggle, but a hard point to end it was great. Brett, enjoyed casting with you here today. And that's going to be it for us. Like we said, do not go anywhere. Tugboat and Shifty will have that next match for you real soon.
I can see all the way up to the top without using a telescope.
Tammy giving him one. Look